And Japan has the smallest large cup size.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I thought it was crazy.
Yes.
I thought it was crazy, but y'all make small things on purpose.
With the same price.
Oh my gosh!
It requires minimal effort to
Yes.
stay relatively healthy.
Correct.
But if you live in another country, it takes a lot of effort
Yeah.
to even be a little bit healthy.
今日は日本人が痩せている理由についての動画を見てみるよ。
Let's find out!
こんにちは、全人類と友達になる男も手がビスタです。
そしてバイブです。
花です。
そうです。
あるんです。
今日のテーマは日本人が痩せている理由について。
やってますか？
いや、あんまり痩せてません。よく聞くのは、例えばアメリカ人と比べたら日本人の肥満の数が少ないって言うけど、一人じゃなくてね、一人じゃなくて、その
全体
的に
ジェネラルな話。
どういう感覚？
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if you go to a typical supermarket in the States, such as Walmart, how are people supposed to get through the aisles without it being like at least 1,000 meters wide? Because like, you know, you can't fit like a guy on like a big scooter who has like a big tummy going like this through the aisles. You can't walk anymore because it's so fat. But in there, it's like that wouldn't fly in a konbini because you need this much. It's like a person's, like a very thin person's length to get through the store, right?
That's like a culture shock that a friend of mine got when she went to America, and she went to a supermarket and she saw those scooters at the Iriguchi, right? And it's like, oh my god, America is so progressive. They have scooters specifically for people who are old or like have some kind of troubles with walking, right?
No.
It's like, no.
Wrong.
The fat people scooter,
Yeah,
that's what they
those-
are.
そういう話もありながら、YouTube で動画を見つけて、なんで日本人はこう痩せてる人が多いのかっていうような、それを説明している動画があったから、今日はそれをみんなで見て、確かにって思うのか、これはどうなんだろうって思うのか、リアクションしていけたらいいなと思ってます。それでは行ってみましょう。
So good.
If you've ever been to Japan, you may have noticed that it's really hard to find an obese Japanese person.
What?
In the United States, it's quite a different story.
Wow.
Obesity among adults in America is on average around 30%.
Yikes.
Whereas
Jeez.
the Japan obesity rate is only 3.5%.
Oh, damn.
But what makes
what
the
I
rate of
gain.
people in these two countries so different? At first, I was thinking about things like Japanese people drink a lot of green tea, and they get a decent amount of fermented foods like kimchi or natto, which is great for the gut microbiome. But
That's
in
true.
this video, I want to focus on a very simple yet key point about Japan. The food environment is drastically different from the US.
Yep.
As of 2017, there's over 243,000 fast food establishments in America.
And?
There's only 6,169 establishments in Japan, meaning per person, there's about 15 times fast food restaurants in America.
Why are you guys laughing?
Then again, in Japan, fast food, fried food, chips, chocolate, candy, soda, and not so healthy things are still available wherever you go.
Fair
But
point.
there's a huge variety of equally convenient, reasonably healthy food.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm the average busy person in the States who would like to be healthy, but doesn't have time to cook at home.
Okay.
What's for breakfast? Most people's options are limited to things like a McGriddle with hash browns and coffee,
Oh, so
or maybe
good.
an
Very
egg
good.
processed cheese sandwich with tater tots at Dunkin' Donuts,
Delicious.
or some pancakes at Denny's if you have more time.
Delicious.
Surely some people will have healthier options than that, but I'm trying to think of what most people are going to have access to. So what's a quick breakfast in Japan? While there's more than 6,000 fast food establishments in Japan, there's also 5,000 rice bowl establishments. The big ones are Yoshinoya, Tsukiya, and Matsuya.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
for
good.
foreigners at Tsukiya, for breakfast you can get plain rice, miso soup with seaweed, an egg, baked fish, and a small
Yeah.
If I'm extra hungry, maybe I'll add some kimchi, fermented soybeans, and stewed beef for $4.
Okay.
Or you can put together a reasonably healthy meal from a convenience store. At a Japanese convenience store, I can get a rice ball, which is just rice, salmon, and salt, a small salad, or a package of sushi, or a thing of fish with miso, or some soup.
I mean, isn't that a very carby breakfast?
Yeah.
It's very carby anyway. I think that he's like missing the point with like he could have just had like sarada chicken instead of like a onigiri
I mean, what he's trying to say is they have less fat food.
Yeah, and
Well, it's like the quality of the carbohydrate, right? So,
Yeah.
say for example,
Thank
yeah,
you.
McGriddle, right? Let's just say you have a huge bowl of rice in a McGriddle. It may have the same amount of carbs, right? But the carbohydrate to calorie ratio is probably a lot better on the plain rice than it is on the McGriddle, right? So even though you may be actually eating more with the Taishoku style breakfast, the overall calories is lower because you're not getting extraneous calories through like the extra fats and stuff like that, right?
I'm just mad because I got fat off an onigiri diet. That's why.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
でもその代わりに毎日マックグリドル食べてたらもっと太ってたで
Well, I guess. Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true.
if anything, you won, buddy.
Oh, okay. So if I get fat off of onigiris instead of McGriddles, then I'm winning at life.
I would also add to you that it's also healthier because the amount of sugar than it's in it. Like the Japanese Teishoku style has way less sugar than a McGriddle or pancakes.
But isn't like the salad at McDonald's has more calories than the Big Mac?
Correct. Yes.
The dressing.
Dressing.
そうなの
Yes. Did you get all the salad all the time? Is that what you do?
毎回ポテトじゃなくてサラダにして健康になろうとしてたんだけど
Well, I mean that's probably different because like we're talking about the Caesar salad from McDonald's, right? Which is this. So it's different.
そちらのサラダ
Yeah.
私日本のサラダ日本のマクドナルドのサラダでございます
Safe.
You can get like a crispy chicken, like fried chicken on top of it, plus like the super calorie dense, the creamy, thick Caesar dressing.
Yummy.
Game over.
Yep.
Yeah,
It has a lot of fat in that. Yeah, you're not gonna hit your macros that way. No.
いやでもこれ確かに動画の中で話してた通りコンビニとかでさもう最近はヘルシーとまでは言わないけどなんか日本食とかも普通に買えるもんね
そうですね。
ねチンするだけで食べれるやつね、あれ海外そんなないんじゃないその日本食とかじゃなくてヘルシーなのが結構簡単に食べれるコンビニでみたいな
Maybe like they're trying to move in that direction, maybe.
A little bit.
Yeah.
The
but-
movement is starting, I think.
Yeah, but like like this guy was saying, you can cobble together for yourself a pretty healthy meal at a convenience, right? But like there's most of the things they sell at convenience like really ayashi hot dogs or like chips.
Correct.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean those are very easy to access and very easy to like eat, right? And as opposed to Japan, you have like 3分の1の野菜入ってます or something like that. Right? You guys have seen that at the convenience before? Yeah.
I was pretty impressed with how little junk is in this. It's basically just vegetables, pork, and fish broth. And there's a bunch of foods like this. Here's what I can get for under $10 USD.
Oh, my mouth is watering.
Compare this to what's available in American convenience stores.
Oh, here we go.
They're usually limited to fried foods sitting under heat lamps.
Yummy!
Trans fats, sugar, preservatives, and unhealthy additives. If you're lucky, you might be
Natsukashi.
able to get a package of plain nuts with nothing added. So the items in Japanese convenience stores are not top quality health foods, but they're not bad. This is big because practically everyone has access to these places.
Right.
Convenience stores like these are everywhere. Japan has about 55,000 convenience stores, meaning there's about 10 times more convenience stores per square kilometer in Japan compared to America.
True.
For most, these places are at walking distance. I understand that, of course, there are healthy restaurants here and there in America, and you can make a really healthy meal with ingredients from the supermarket.
Indeed.
But when it comes to cheap, convenient, and quick food, it's almost always quite unhealthy. In Japan, for a quick lunch, I can go to Burger King, or right next door, I can get some sushi. I can get a hamburger and some popcorn at Vandalism Cafe, or I can go next door to Matsuya and get a bowl of spicy tofu soup with a bit of beef, green onion and cabbage, some pork, a soft-boiled egg, some mustard spinach, rice, and there's free pickled ginger to go with it.
The best.
And of course, there are many healthier non-chain places that offer many different types of cuisine. And this variety is important. It's going to be much easier to stick to healthier options if you aren't getting bored of having to eat the same things at the same place.
Is it Chipotle? It is
Going
Chipotle!
out to drink with friends at dinner time, there's still a variety of good food choices. The standard place to drink at is an izakaya. At 10,000 establishments, there's almost twice as many izakayas as there are fast food places in Japan.
Wait a minute, is he trying to say izakayas are healthy?
We're getting a mom together.
Comparatively, yeah.
Relatively.
So after 10 chew highs, you said that's healthy?
Relatively.
でもそれがアメリカで同じくらいバーとかで脂っこいものと一緒にお酒飲んで食べたり飲んだりしたら日本の方がヘルシーなんじゃないかって多分話してるんじゃない刺身とともにチューハイ飲むのと
Bar food like burgers and fries.
そうそうそう
And like a burrito.
What if all your friends are vegans?
なんでそこ持ってきたのどうしても戦いたいのアメリカ人
Stop showing this part of America. It's embarrassing.
これ作ったら多分アメリカ人やけど
Probably embarrassing.
揚げ物じゃないご飯結構あるし魚もいっぱい食べるもんね
How many times do you go to Yoshinoya in 1 week?
4回
I see.
まああんま食べ過ぎももちろんよくないよくないけど、まあ、4回じゃあハンバーガー食べるのとどっちがっていう話ですね、きっとね
It's all about perspective, right?
そうそれもう一個言いたいんですけど一人食べる時も行きやすいんじゃないですか
Yeah, it's a good point.
どういうこと
海外だったら一人行くならファーストフードしか行けない感じじゃなかった
Don't go to a restaurant by yourself a lot.
It's almost like an embarrassing experience to go by yourself a lot of times. Like the
Yeah.
places where they have healthier options, usually it's a place where it's like
Hang out.
hang out with friends, exactly, right?
Yeah, have
and so if
brunch.
you go there by yourself, it's like right?
Right.
かわいそう
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
そんな感じな
And I feel like there's a lot of like kind of social pressure to kind of go with friends to make it seem like, look, guys, I'm a popular person with friends, and
Yeah.
I'm here enjoying my time with my friends at this establishment.
They'll probably give you a pity salad. It's like, oh, you're so lonely. Here you go.
Yeah. And they have to tip like a ton of
Yeah.
そうそうそう
じゃあ
自分だったら一人行っても全然行きやすいし
シンプルに健康的なご飯屋さんがいっぱい周りにあるっていうこともあるし、文化的になんか一人でもそういうお店に行きやすいっていう点もプラスになってる。
Yeah.
あともう一つは安いのも大きいと思う。
ほう。
Because like if you want to have like as healthy as a Japanese style breakfast like we saw in the video with the sakana and the rice and the natto and everything, if you were to have that at a restaurant in America, it would be way more expensive.
Yeah, it's very expensive to be healthy inside of the States.
And there's also like something called like the concept of like a food desert. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Yeah, like a food desert is like a very much a North American problem where like a lot of like low income communities, they don't have access to like a grocery store, and the only thing they have around them is like a fast food thing, right? So say you're a poor family without access to a car, and public transit doesn't go to the supermarket, or it's very inconvenient, right? So the only place where you can actually eat anything is at a fast food place, right? And that is relatively cheap, I suppose, right? But that's the only thing you have access to, right? So of course that's all you're going to eat.
Right, exactly. It's just like out of the time and the convenience that you need to raise kids in a family of 5, right? Are you going to buy a cheeseburger for around $3, or are you going to prepare a salad for around like $7, or buy even a pre-made salad for $5 at the store, right? It's just easier to buy cheap things, give those to your kids, and then get on with your life.
Right.
So
and then to get to the grocery store in the first place is going to take you a lot of time. Right, it's going to cost money for the public transit if that's even available, or you need a car, which you probably can't afford anyway.
Right.
So you're screwed.
it's really hard to integrate that into your life. But then with Japan, because there is the public transport system, these things are easily accessible. And on top of that, you're walking there. You're not taking the bus to the station. You're walking 20 minutes to and from the station. So realistically, you're getting at least an hour of exercise a day without even trying.
なんかでもアメリカとかの方がジム文化でみんな運動してるイメージあったんだけど
That's true. I mean, that's for people who can afford a gym membership.
And that's also for vanity purposes anyway. So it's not it's like people who go to the gym, a lot of them take steroids, which is a very not healthy thing. So I mean, it's not. It's a very not healthy thing anyway. So
I mean, the gym is a luxury, right? Like you have to go there with a car. You have to get the gym membership, and you have to take care of your body. You're probably eating healthy too, so you're probably upper middle class.
It's a rich man's hobby.
Yeah.
To go to the gym. So
I agree.
Even if you're going out to drink with friends at dinner time, there's still a variety of good food choices.
Like
The
what?
standard place to drink at is an izakaya. At 10,000 establishments, there's almost twice as many izakayas as there are fast food places in Japan.
Okay.
Replacing fast food for alcohol is not a good strategy, but let's see what the common izakaya chains have to offer in the way of food.
Read it. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
true,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
あー
確か
Good point. Yeah.
That's if you
Let me
order
point
that.
out one more time that there's of course much better quality food than what you get at convenience stores, rice bowl chains, or izakayas. And this is not what most Japanese people eat on a daily basis. I'm not really recommending these places either. Most Japanese people wouldn't think of these places
Dude, look
as
at that defined
healthy.
chin bone.
But this isn't about optimal health. I just mean to point out that even someone who puts minimal effort into being healthy can get some reasonable quality meals out of these very convenient places.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's exactly It
Yeah.
requires minimal effort to
Yes.
stay relatively healthy.
Correct.
But if you live in another country, it takes a lot of effort
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
even be a little bit healthy.
Exactly.
Right? The effort thing is a huge variable.
By the way, what's everyone drinking with and between meals?
Not
In America,
champagne.
more often than not, it's soda, considering the survey.
Ah, そうなんだ。
America comes in at rank number 1 for soda consumption at 170 liters purchased per person in 2011.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Japan came in at rank 56 at 32 liters.
Okay,
per
alright, you drink cola every day.
person. Most places serve tea with a meal for free, and in general, it's harder to purchase massive quantities of soda.
Oh, that's a good point.
There's no comic
Oh,
book
here
market
it is.
figure.
Oh, I
You
missed
see these
this.
packs of soda here.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And Japan has the smallest large cup size.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I thought. Oh my god! I thought it was crazy.
Yes.
I thought it was crazy, but y'all make small things on
With
purpose.
the same price.
Oh my gosh! I thought it was just like, oh, America's just big. No, Japan is just small. Wow!
にこれすごいな
Oh my
アメリ
god!
カとカナダは同じサイズ
I'm not sure.
なんか今ここで一緒になりたくない風で
So I think it may be a bit small if I'm being honest.
Maybe it may be. I may have noticed that it is a little bit smaller in Canada, but not to the extent of Japan. Damn.
Yeah, that's definitely not.
Like the large is smaller than the medium.
アメリカのミディアムサイズより日本のラージサイズの方がちっちゃいってすごいね
Yeah, that's our medium. That is our medium. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing.
今度なんか日本とアメリカのサイズ比べるやつやってみたいよね
I know. You know what I did appreciate though? Recently at McDonald's, just for Hachigatsu Gente, they had a jumbo-sized drink.
Oh.
Yeah, it reminded me of like the super size in
Oh, yeah,
America.
おにぎりのせいじゃないかも。
Yeah.
And Japan has the smallest large cup size at McDonald's. An American medium-sized drink is bigger than a Japanese large.
That's crazy.
Another factor to thank for keeping people's soda intake low is again variety. What's interesting is despite Japan drinking 5 times less soda than America, soda is available in vending machines everywhere in Japan. There's 5.52 million vending machines, meaning there's a vending machine for every 23 people in Japan.
It's
That's the highest
snowing.
vending machine per capita on the planet. So what's in these vending machines? Why don't we take a look at this vending machine I came across on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere in Hakone.
Hakone.
Things.
There's
They
a lot
have
there.
black coffee, 6 different types of unsweetened tea, and water.
うん
A typical American vending machine offers 13 varieties of drink.
Oh, I missed
the
that.
only non-sweet one being water.
True. Oh, that is
Convenience
true.
and variety. Simple, but it makes a difference. It's easier to pick the healthy choices when they are just as easy and convenient as the unhealthier choices.
そうね。
Availability to healthy options.
Yeah.
Variety, right? Yeah.
I do love me some mugi cha and some jasmine cha.
Udon
Ooh, with the
cha.
big jasmine cha and the big carton.
Oh,
You guys
yeah.
ever get that?
Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah,
it's so good. Jeez.
自動販売機で種類違うお茶とか入ってるもんね
そう。
Yep.
アメリカの自動販売機にはあんまそういうのがないって書いてあったよねさっき
No, no.
Right, yeah.
I mean, there is tea, but it's called brisk, and it's
Yeah.
in a bottle, and it's very, very
Super
sugary.
sweet,
Yes.
僕の会社の販売機はコーラ入ってないんですよ。
Oh, really?
たまに飲みたかった時はなかったんだ。
What?
強制的に健康にされているはいということで今日は日本人が痩せている理由についての動画を見てみましたどうだった
I have a question.
Yeah.
So as like children, I guess this is towards for Aaron and Fuji. Is it like established to eat healthy like as a kid, so that when you get older, like you apt to choose more healthy options as an adult? Because I feel like to be healthy in America, it's something that you have to learn on your own. rather than it being taught to us as kids. Because we're like, ew, broccoli, ew, vegetables, I don't want to eat this. And then once we start actually getting fat, or we start actually wanting to put on muscle, then we go and research it ourselves. And then there are some people who do decide to be healthy. But for Japanese, it's more ippanteki to be healthy. Because you were saying like, as Japanese people, like if you eat like a very big like oyakodon and it's just very, very dana with too much like oil and stuff, then salad ni shiyou. You know, I see people at work like purposely choosing salad chicken. And I'm like, wait, why? Why don't you eat a chicken nugget?
まず小学校で習う授業で
Really?
マジ
栄養素みたいなのを勉強する。それぞれのものに対してのカロリーとかどんな栄養が入ってるかみたいなのを僕の学校では勉強して、だから、こういうバランスいいご飯を食べましょうねっていう授業があった。そういうバランスを取れたご飯を食べてるから健康になれるよみたいなので、あと給食もそうやって考えられて作られてるよっていう授業を受けて。
That makes sense. Yeah, it's all connected.
And then like during like before like the school lunch starts, like they'll have like an announcement be like today's kyo no kondate wa blah 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 blah, right? And a lot of times they'll have like a sheet like with the menu on the board and be like has this many calories, this many grams of protein.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so useful.
And I think it really depends on the school, but when I was in school in Japan as a young kid, you weren't allowed to go outside to play if you didn't finish every single grain of rice on your plate or every single thing on your plate, right? So finishing your food, which meant eating healthy food, equals being able to enjoy your life kind of thing, right? So I think from a young age, it's kind of built into
my god!
that
So-
you have to eat it, right?
あるね。
あるね
いや
それは、
まあ今はどうかわかんないけど、
そう
僕が子供の頃はもう全部食べるまで
そう
出ちゃダメ。
So-
That's
so-
interesting.
Yeah, and I have a very distinct memory of like in the guillotine or something like that. There was broccoli, and for some reason I couldn't eat broccoli, so I just sat there for the entire lunch hour trying to eat this damn broccoli, but I couldn't do it.
Crying?
Yeah, well I wasn't crying. I was just mad, and I tried to get up, and she's like, "Done it." My teacher
What?
was like,
僕は納豆出てきた時に毎回隣の人の殻のやつをプッてこうやって
It's taught in American schools, like the food pyramid. You guys,
Yeah,
know about
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Like your starches are at the bottom, like meats and then vegetables, and then oils and like fats and lipids at the top, right? But then it's really interesting that it coincides with your actual lunchtime. Because we learn about the food pyramid, we don't really care.
Yeah.
But then when we go get like kyushoku, it's just mozzarella sticks or pizza
Yeah,
or
yeah.
hamburgers and sloppy joes.
It's not actually like reflective of what you should be doing.
Right.
Right.
And then they don't tell us the nutritional facts unless like we ask for it. It's not written anywhere. Maybe you'll find it on the milk carton, but you know, we don't really do that to establish any kind of like healthy eating inside or outside of the classroom as well. So it's not integrated.
No.
Like Japan.
皆さんが考える日本人が痩せている理由、他にもあればコメント欄までよろしくお願いします。
I know they missed a lot, so I know all of you are smart in the comments. Please leave it in the comments so we can read it.
他に僕らに話してほしいトピックがあればそれもコメント欄までよろしくお願いします。それでは次の動画でまたお会いしましょう。バイバイ。チャンネル登録
お願い
します。